Welcome students to our second class on geometry for SSC CGL. Okay. Let's get into this. Here we are going to talk about different kind of angles. Okay. So in my previous class, what are the things we have learned? We have learned what a point is, what a line is, what a straight line is, and what a plane is. Okay. And then what is a right angle, right? So apart from this, okay, and apart from this, we have also learned how angles are formed, right? When one particular line shifts, keeping one point fixed, okay, then it forms uh, it creates an angle. Now, based on that, there are several kinds of angles. This is not a complete list, okay. I'll come to uh, another class to explain this. There could be even more, but these are the usually used ones. So, let's say two angles, two lines meet. Okay, this one I have shown earlier also. Let's say this is A, O, B, C, D. So, what are the angles formed? There are four angles. Now, AOC, this angle, and BOD, these two angles are called opposite angles. Similarly, another set of opposite angles are AOD, AOD. This is how we should write, okay? And equal to COP, opposite. Why I have written this and this are opposite, not I have directly written equal to, because this is always going to be equal, okay? This is always going to be equal. Opposite angles are always equal to each other. Opposite angles are always equal to each other. I'm telling you once again. Okay. So opposite angles are done. Okay. This is not like rest of the angles. Okay. They may not be equal to each other, but these are going to be. It's going to be equal to each other. Okay. In any situation, in whatever form the two straight lines intersect. Okay. Sorry. Now, let's say, okay, now another important concept is when two lines are parallel. Okay, this is another important point. When two lines are parallel, let's say I have one line, okay, there could be another line, okay, I mean, there could be another point which is not on this line, okay, which is not on this line. From there, I could draw several lines, right? I could draw several lines I could draw. So all the lines, right, at some point, maybe here, or maybe I draw something which is here, but all the lines are going to cut this point or meet this point at some position. Okay. But only one line I can draw which will never meet this line from this point. So this particular line is called parallel line. Parallel line to each other. Okay, these two lines are parallel lines. Okay, you got the idea of parallel lines, right? Let's say one line is there, there is another point which is not on this line. I can draw only one line which will never meet this line. Okay, in any direction I can extend up to any length, it will never meet. So that particular line is called a parallel line. Okay, you got the idea, and all other lines we are going to meet at some point. Okay, so let's say these two are parallel lines. Okay, now these two parallel lines I call them A B. Let me draw the picture bigger size. A B C D. Now there is another line which cut these two lines, both the lines. Okay, and remember when I'm saying lines, I'm sorry, these are straight lines. Okay, these are straight lines, not normal lines. Two straight lines are there, two straight lines which are parallel to each other. There is another straight line which cuts them. We call them transversal. Okay, let's say this is the first name, transversal. Opposite I have already explained, this is transversal. So this is, let's say, ABCD, this is E, F. Now it forms several angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 angles it formed. Okay, but I am not going to name them. I can put some O or ekhane OP here, and I can say AOE, BOD. It will take time. For time being, I am just giving them name. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8. So 8 angles were created. It will give me an idea what is. Now I am coming to interior angle. So from the picture you can probably guess what interior angles are. Interior angles are which are inside these two lines, parallel lines. It means interior angles. Which are interior angles? Which are inside of the two parallel lines. So it means angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6. These are interior angles. Okay. So angle 3 means probably you could understand, right? Angle 3 could be A and then some number name here and some name here. So I have not written in this way. I have written in this way with only numbers so that we can easily understand. Okay. The picture is also big. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. These four are called interior angles. So which are exterior angles? Just opposite to this you can understand which angles are not inside this set of parallel lines which are outside this. So then exterior angles are angle 1, angle 2, angle 7, angle 8. Okay. So this one done, this one done, this one done. Now alternate and co-interior. Now interior angles also have some differentiation. What are alternate angles and what are co-angles? Alternate interior angles, co-interior angles. Let me take you to alternate. Alternate interior. Okay. Alternate means which are in other direction of transversal. This is the transversal, right? So here interior angle, this four interior. So 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Alternate. They are not on the same side. So 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. So what are the other two? Another pair is there, that is 4 and 6. 4 and 6 are similarly alternate interior angles. So you got the idea, right? 3 and 5, 4 and 6. Got me? So these are interior angles. But 3 and 5, because they are on the other side, so they are called alternate interior angles. These are also called alternate interior angles. Now, which are called co-interior angles. Okay. Alternate we called co-interior angles. Co-interior angles are on the same side. 4, 5. 4, 4 and 5. Here 3 and 6. 3 and 6. They are co-interior angles. They are all four interior, but they are on the same side of transversal. So 4 and 5, okay, they are co-interior angles. 3 and 6, they are co-interior angles. Okay, clear? Now coming to next one. So alternate interior angle done, co-interior angle done. Okay. Now coming to corresponding angles. Corresponding. Corresponding. Corresponding angles, it is not related to interior and exterior. Corresponding means which are similar. Okay. So they are called corresponding angles. Like this angle. If you see here, right, 1, and if you see here, right, 5. Okay. So 1 and 5, they are corresponding angles. 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Okay. Similarly, 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Similarly, 3 and 7. 3 and 7. Similarly, 4 and 8. 4 and 8. 4 and 8. You can see, right, there is a very similar. This one, if you cut it, you can exactly place it here. Now, another important thing, I took this example where these two lines are parallel. It is not essential that they have to be parallel. The names, right? Names are even valid. Let's say these two lines are like this, and I have another line. Then also these names are valid. But the relation, right? But the relation will differ. But then also these two lines are valid. The picture could be this. Here these two lines are parallel. This is another where these two lines are not parallel. Then also the names. Then also these angles are interior angles. Then also these angles are exterior angles. Then also these angles are alternate interior angle. And these angles are alternate interior angle. These two angles are co-interior angle. These two angles are co-interior angle. And what is this corresponding? This angle and this angle, they are also corresponding. This angle and this angle, they are also corresponding. This angle, they are also corresponding. And this angle, they are also corresponding. Okay. What is the other thing? Another thing is that adjacent angles. Okay. Adjacent. Adjacent angles means which are on the same line and which are sharing one common arm. These two angles, 1 and 4, are on the same line, this line, and they are sharing one common arm, this arm. Okay, that's so 1 and 4. 1 and 4 are adjacent angles. Similarly, 1 and 2 are also adjacent angles. 1 and 2, they are also adjacent angles. Similarly, 2 and 3 are also adjacent angles. 2 and 3, they are also adjacent. Similarly, 3 and 4, they are also adjacent angles because they are on one line and they have a common arm. Okay? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Now there is another important angle which is only true for adjacent angle. Okay? Only true for adjacent angle. Whether you take this particular picture or you take this particular picture. In every case, adjacent angles, in any case, let me write here, sum of adjacent angles equal to 2 right angle. Why? Because what is the definition of adjacent angle? One line and one common arm. But we already know, right? This total is always two right angle. This is on one line. At whatever point it may divide, here, but it is always going to be the whole sum of these two is always going to be what? Two right angles. Sum of the adjacent angle is always two right angles. So it contains a special property, always equal. Similarly, earlier I told you opposite, here itself I told you, right, sometime back at the very beginning. Yeah, opposite angles are always equal. Opposite angles are always equal. Adjacent angles, opposite angles are always equal. At the same time, these adjacent angles, the sum of adjacent angles are always two right angles. Okay. Now, coming to the other properties. Clean up this because I have covered all the points. Okay, 2 points are there which are not covered. Okay, I'll cover them in the next class because there is no more space on this board. Okay, now when these two lines are not parallel, other properties, there are special properties which will not be applied. This is only in case two lines are parallel. Okay. Then there are few important points that will happen. Okay. What are the important points that will happen? We are talking about interior angles. These are interior angles. Then exterior angles. Alternate interior angles. This is alternate interior angle, right? Alternate interior angles are going to be same, equal. Okay. Alternate interior angles are going to be equal only if these two lines are parallel. If two parallel lines are intersected by a third line, okay, then what will happen? The alternate interior angles, they will be like 3 and 5, 4 and 6 are going to be equal to each other. Alternate interior angles are equal to each other. Let me write here. One point I will get. Alternate interior angles are equal to each other. So, these two things are fine. There is no such property because interior angle, these are the interior alternate and co are actually part of this, right? It is a part of alternate and co are part of interior actually. Okay. So, one property, the alternate interior angles are equal to each other. Okay. So, alternate interior angle 3 equal to 5 and 4 equal to 6. Now point number 2. Co-interior angles 4, 5. Sum of co-interior angles equal to 2 right angles. Like sum of 2 adjacent angles, right? Sum of adjacent angles equal to 2 angles. Similarly, sum of co-interior angles is 2 right angles. Sum of interior angles is 2 right angles. Okay, this is the second conclusion we have drawn. Okay, now third one is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. What are the corresponding angles? 1, similarly 5. One interior angle, one exterior angle forms corresponding angle. What is exterior? This is interior. 1, 5. Then 2, 6. 2, 6. Then 3. This is interior. 3 interior. 7 exterior. 3, 7. 4, 8. So corresponding angles are 1. What is this? Corresponding angle. 1, 5. Yeah, correct. Corresponding angles are also equal to each other. Corresponding angles are equal to each other. Then what will happen? Corresponding angle 1 equal to 5, right? 2 equal to 6. We see 1 equal to 5, exact looking exactly same. 2 equal to 6, 3 equal to 7, 4 equal to 8. Okay? What is so many relations we got out of this thing. What is this? Another thing is opposite angles, right? First one we saw opposite angles. Opposite angles are I already probably have not written here. So let me write. Earlier I have to write. Opposite angles are equal to each other, right? Like 1 equal to 3, 2 equal to 4. And that is true, try to understand, that is true whether these two lines are equal or not equal. In any case, opposite angles are going to be equal to each other, whether it is equal or whether these two lines are parallel or not. Similarly, adjacent angles, okay, similarly adjacent angles, they are going to be sum of adjacent angles. I have written somewhere, right? Yeah, sum of adjacent angles are going to be 2 right angles. It doesn't depend whether these lines are parallel or not, because it doesn't depend on both the lines. It depends on only one line, and there is one common arm that is being shared, okay, between the two angles. So you got this, you got the idea, right? And when these two lines are parallel, it is a special case. Then there are few relations that we can find out. Alternate interior angles. What is that? Alternate interior angles are equal to each other. Okay, alternate interior. 3, 4 and 6 are equal. 3 and 5 are equal. Okay. Co-interior angles. Sum of co-interior angles is 1, 2 right angle. 4 and 5 if we sum them, 2 right angle. 3 and 6 if we sum them, 2 right angle. Okay. Here, like if you write it here, sum of two interior angles, 4 plus 5 equal to 2RA, right angle. Similarly, 3 plus 6, 2RA, 2 right angle. Okay. What is the other thing? Corresponding angle. Alternate angle we see, alternate right angle, alternate interior angle, co-interior angle, another is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are also equal to each other. 1 equal to 5, 2 equal to 6, 3 equal to 7, 4 equal to 8. And good thing is, whatever we have written so far, right, these things can be proved. Okay. If required, we will get into this detail, but these are very silly. I am not going to the proofs right now, but these are very silly. But I try to tell you, if two lines are there, whether they are parallel or not, there are few properties that exist. Okay. And there are few things when they are parallel to each other. Okay. Few properties, whether they are parallel or not doesn't matter, but there are few properties when they are parallel that matters. Okay. So with that, we conclude this particular topic. There are few other types of angle that we are going to discuss in the next class. I'll see you there.